An AI agent made me $10,000 faster than any side hustle I have ever tried, and it did it by turning scripts into clean voiceovers, packaging files, and sending invoices while I slept. No studio, no mic, no waiting on freelancers. I am going to hand you the exact playbook so you can cap your video at 11 minutes and still keep the profits tight. Subscribe to Smart AI Hustle for weekly AI playbooks you can use today. Here's the twist: most people skip the key AI agent step. In 60 seconds I will show the proof and the fix. Most creators get stuck in the idea trap or the time trap. They wait for a perfect niche, or they try to be the talent for every task. You do not need either. You need a system that eats briefs and spits out deliverables on schedule. Demand already exists. Businesses push shorts, product demos, onboarding lessons, and podcast clips every week. They do not have the budget or time for full-time voice talent. They want fast, consistent, and affordable. That is where your agent wins. Here is why this works now. Studio quality TTS sounds human. A clone-capable model stores brand tone. A DAW polishes like a real studio. A denoiser kills hiss. A commercial license checker protects usage. Wrap those tools with a simple agent that follows rules, checks its work, and moves files without you babysitting. Your job becomes directing quality and managing outcomes. Let's anchor the money with a realistic, diversified $5,000 month. Client voiceover orders at a per-minute rate total 1,800. Short-form batches for social add 1,400. A weekly podcast narration adds 900. Course lessons contribute 600. Micro SaaS voice prompts bring in 200. That is 5,000 across 5 streams. When one retainer expands or a launch week hits, the same engine can pop to 10,000. No lottery ticket, just volume and timing. Lock in your offer stack before you touch a tool. People buy outcomes, not features. Offer 1 is the solo freelancer starter. 1 60-second voiceover, 24-hour turnaround, 1 revision, broadcast-ready WAV and MP3. Price 50 to 100 depending on niche and urgency. It is your low-friction proof machine. Offer 2 is the batch content pack. 20 to 40 shorts a month, weekly drops, consistent tone, light script assist. Price 500 to 1,500 per month, based on asset count and usage rights. Offer 3 is the micro-agency retainer. Multi-format deliverables. Weekly podcast intro and outro, 4 shorts per week, 2 longer explainers per month, and quarterly training modules. Priority support, and 2 to 3 revisions included. Price 1,500 to 3,500 a month. 1 retainer pays the bills. Everything else stacks on top. Now build the agent like a relay team. Intake reads the brief, logs word count, and requests pronunciations for names and product terms. Script Assist turns bullets into a clean script with a hook, proof, and call to action. Voice selects the right profile, sets speed and pitch, and generates takes with a studio-quality TTS or clone-capable model. Polish opens the file in your DAW, trims silence, normalizes loudness, runs a gentle denoiser, and exports to client specs. Compliance confirms your license, records the rights in a project note, and checks consent if a client voice is cloned. Packaging zips files, writes a delivery note, and updates the tracker. Follow-up schedules a check-in and asks for next scripts. 1 click kicks off the chain. Fail points loop back automatically. Price for profit using simple math. Per minute voiceover at $30 per finished minute is fair for explainers and ads with standard usage. A 3-minute explainer becomes $90 per minute, 270 total, 1 revision included. A 60-second ad at $100 with 1 pickup is a clean starter. Batch pricing stays per asset but rewards commitment. 20 shorts at $50 each would be $1,000, discounted to $800 to earn the monthly. Podcast narration is time-based. 30 minutes finished audio per week at $30 per minute equals $900 a month with 2 minor pickups. Course lessons are modular. 10 short lessons at $60 each equals $600. Micro SaaS, prompts license at $200 for up to 5 prompts with a 6-month renewal option. Keep it simple and repeatable. Lead generation is a process, not a mystery. Start with optimized gig listings that promise outcomes in the title. Pro AI voiceover, with broadcast-ready audio in 24 hours. Fill the description with the exact problems you solve and the 3 offers. Add a mini rate card and a list of file formats. Include before and after samples people can hear in 10 seconds. The before is robotic or flat. The after is your polished render with proper loudness and clean breaths. Tag your listing with plain search terms: voiceover for YouTube, voiceover for SaaS, voiceover for e-learning, voiceover for podcast intro. Then go outbound, pick 3 niches and write 1 short pitch per niche. SaaS launch reels, fitness coaching promos, local service ads. Your angle is simple. You keep publishing. Let me handle voiceovers that match your brand tone every week. 3-message follow-up cadence closes deals. Day 1 is the opener, plus a 10-second custom sample. Day 3 is a reminder with 1 line of social proof. Day 7 is a closeout with a fresh angle and a 2-asset trial. Short, respectful, specific. Quality control is how you keep clients for life. Run a 5-point checklist: pronunciation, pacing, emotion mapping, brand tone, technicals. For pronunciation, add phonetic spelling for tricky words and test 3 variants. For pacing, match the use case: fast for promos, steady for tutorials, warm for testimonials. For emotion, sprinkle commas and dashes to nudge emphasis and rises. For brand tone, store a profile with speed, pitch, brightness, and greeting style. For technicals, normalize to standard loudness, cut dead air, and avoid hard limiting that causes pumping. Your agent can pre-check loudness, silence length, and unfamiliar words before you listen. Common pitfalls have simple fixes. Metallic artifacts after denoise mean the filter is too aggressive. Dial it back and re-export from a clean source. Blunted consonants suggest a slow speed or heavy smoothing. Nudge the speed up and reduce smoothing. Wrong stress on brand names happens when the model guesses. Split the word into phonetic chunks and add a guiding hyphen. Flat reads need punctuation cues and a slightly higher pitch or emotion setting. Echo or roominess mean you are stacking effects or using a reverb preset. Turn it off. Keep it dry and direct. If this helped, hit subscribe and watch the full breakdown next. Time budget decides your ceiling. Assume an average price of $30 per finished minute across your mix. 10 finished minutes a day is $300 a day. 5 days makes $1,500 a week. Add batches and a retainer and you push to $2,000 to $3,000 a week once your pipeline is steady. Now be realistic. Reserve 30% of your schedule for revisions, admin, and prospecting. Book 7 finished minutes, not 10, and let your agent eat the repetitive steps so you still end on time. That is how you cap runtime and keep revenue. Here is how the 10,000 month stacked. 2 retainers at $2,000 each equals $4,000. 1 launch pack with 40 shorts at $40 each equals $1,600. 2 explainers at 3 minutes each at $90 per minute equals $540. A podcast doubled output for a limited series adding $600. Course lessons jumped by 20 units at $60 each for $1,200. Renewals on micro SaaS prompts added $520. Same engine, slightly more volume, perfect timing. Protect yourself with simple compliance. Only use models and voices with verified commercial rights. Save license receipts in each project folder. If you clone a client's voice, get written consent that lists platforms, time period, and scope. Never clone a voice you do not own or control. Add a 1-line disclosure in your proposal that AI tooling is used to meet quality and turnaround standards. Most clients appreciate the clarity, and it avoids surprises later. Deliver like a pro. Ship 3 things every time. Polished audio in all requested formats. A short delivery note that highlights tone, loudness, and any pronunciation choices. A reminder of plan benefits and a nudge for next week's assets. Keep revisions clean. 1 for solo starter, 2 for batch pack. Reasonable revisions for retainer. Reasonable means pickups for tone, mispronunciations, and minor pacing, not script rewrites. That boundary keeps projects smooth and profitable. Now your 48-hour action plan to hit an 11-minute cap without losing value. Day 1 morning, generate a 3-part demo reel. Upbeat ad, calm explainer, sincere testimonial. Day 1 afternoon, publish a simple landing page and list your 3 offers with prices, timelines, and formats. Add a tiny FAQ on rights and revisions. Day 2 morning, build a 6-asset sample bundle across 2 niches and post before and after clips. Day 2 afternoon, send 10 targeted outreach messages with 1-line promises and a personal 10-second sample. Load your follow-ups for day 3 and day 7. Turn on your agent to automate intake, generation, QC, and packaging. By the end of day 2, you should have a working system that can accept orders and deliver within a strict runtime. The game is consistency, offers that are clear, a tool chain that is simple, an agent that is boring in the best way, outreach that happens daily, quality that feels predictable. When you do that, $5,000 a month becomes a baseline, not a peak. When a retainer or a launch week stacks on top, $10,000 does not feel wild. It feels like math. You do not need to be loud, you need to be reliable. Your agent should run the same checklist every time. Your QC should catch the same problems every time. Your delivery note should read like a professional promised and a professional delivered. Keep your word count tight if you voice in video. Aim for around 1200 words if you use slower voices, or move the voice speed to about 1.2 to 1.3 times for a natural 11-minute cap. Trim silent gaps, shorten transitions, and set scenes to cut at voice end, not at media end. That is how you control runtime without cutting the value. Build the machine, send the messages, deliver the files, track the numbers, improve one small piece each week. Your system will get faster, your price will climb, your stress will drop. Subscribe, then tap the end screen to watch the full breakdown. Settings: add classic Hormozy subtitle, use appropriate media.